Well, hello everyone. And it's not morning here. It's afternoon, like around 3 o'clock. I had a doctor's appointment this morning, so that took up the morning. Coming back, sat in traffic for over an hour. There's so much construction here in our county where we live. Florida is just booming. So if you want to get someplace quick, don't move to Florida. It's not going to happen. So what I wanted to do today, this is a quick, fun, dual type of a meal. You can either use it for like a party menu to where you're just having hors d'oeuvres or snacks, nibbles and drinks, things like that. And just once you see how I'm setting it up on the sheet pan, it's called a sheet pan quesadilla. I said that without messing up. But my sheet pan is only a quarter of a pan. They're calling for like, the regular sheet pan size. So I'm just doing a quarter of a pan. So this is much, made a lot smaller. I'll put it that way. Or you can use it just as a dinner with, sour cream, salsa. That's what I'm going to do with this, is have, side sour cream salsa. You can also have refried beans. You can have, hummus and chips, all kinds of stuff. But just make it yours. The only seasonings that they call for in this is taco seasoning and like a seasoned salt. I'm going to use that Badia Complete. I really like that. And then I'm going to use my taco seasoning, McCormick's. And that's pretty much it. So in the skillet here is a pound of ground turkey. You can use any meat you choose. Chicken, pork, beef, whatever suits your fancy. And what I'm going to do right now, I already pre-cut my onions and peppers. We're just going to put those in there and get those steaming. I put a tablespoon of sunflower oil in here and half of a cup of water to steam these vegetables down. So we're going to get those in here. And this is one medium-sized onion. It's a medium-sized poblano pepper and a medium-sized bell pepper. I was going for color, but I couldn't find any red bell peppers, so everything's green. And I didn't want to put tomatoes in it because I was afraid it would make the tortillas soggy. So let me get the seasonings in there. I'm going to put, this is for our own taste because we're not big into, a lot of heavy taco seasoning. I mean, I like it, but not a lot of it. So I'm going to put, 2 teaspoons. You can adjust this to your own family's taste. And then the Badia Complete. I'm just going to sprinkle that around. That's more like a seasoned salt than anything else. You can adjust that according to it. Plus, you can put your own seasonings in here. Make it yours. Remember, recipes, all they are is a blueprint. So I'm going to put a tad bit more water in here that dried up while that lid was off because I want these veggies to soften up a bit more. Even though they're going to be in the oven, I don't want them going in there raw. So let's just do that. I'm on around 350. I just turned it up to about 350. So we're going to cover this. I absolutely adore my skillet, by the way. So this is the way this is going to work. Very simple. I was actually toying with the idea of using my tortillas that I made yesterday in this, but they're only 8 inches to where you needed the burrito style to make it, to make it fit. You'll see. See, okay, this is just a quarter sheet pan, and I put aluminum foil on there just for ease of cleanup. I'm going to spray it. And then we're going to put our tortillas on here. You need about 8 of these. You'll see why in a second. Let me move this out of the way. Can you see that okay? So you're going to put it over like that so it folds over. You want to stack them like cards. Like so. When I saw this, I thought, that is just the neatest thing And it's just so handy, you know, because once this is all done, it's going to be crisp up in the oven. It's going to be so easy to handle because you're going to slice it up, cut it up. You see, I've got empty spots, so we're going to fill all those in. That's why it takes 8 of these. See what I'm doing here? And I've got one that's torn, so I'm going to use that right here. And I think I'm going to need one more, actually. What are you doing, Andy? Andy's getting hungry. Yeah, I'm going to need one more for the top. Let me get that out of the refrigerator. Sorry about that, guys. I got my cheese. What I did, I went through my cheese drawer in there. I had like 5 bags of a little bit of cheese here, a little bit of cheese there. I just dumped it all together. So it's going in here. So I got that cleaned up. So if I can get in this bag, we'll be in good shape. There we go. You'll see why I need the extra one. Let me get this back in the refrigerator. All right, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to take my brush, get all my mess out of the way. I'm going to take my brush. Now, you don't have to do this part, but I found that it helps soften the tortillas. They don't get as hard. Just lightly coat them with either olive oil. You can even spray them with baking spray. But I like the flavor of this sunflower oil mixed with olive oil. And it doesn't take much, just a slight, because you're going to put it on the top too. And then I'll show you what you're going to do with that. Just very lightly. So I'm going to put this up here. Now you're going to take another pan. This is identical to the pan I'm using. And what I did, I put foil on the outside of it. And I'm going to oil this as well, because this is going to be the lid to our quesadillas before we put them in the oven. And that way the quesadillas are going to be compressed as they cook and brown on the bottom and on the top. Well, they're supposed to. My luck, they won't. Let's put that to the side for now. Let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, my doctor, God love him. He's trying so hard to help me with my situation. So we got another MRI schedule. I have those every year. Brain and cervical collar, my cervical spine. See how it's progressed there. So what he's going to do is do some shots in my head and in my neck to try to relieve some of the symptoms that I'm having. And that's going to be the first part of June to the middle part of June, this test. So fingers crossed. Okay, now you can see how quick that came together. You don't need a lot of oil to make things happen. You don't need grease of any kind, actually. Try steaming your vegetables and your meats when you put those together. And it just, such a better flavor. You don't have all that greasy stuff. See? So, let me get a fork. Here's my fork. I want to taste these vegetables, not as much taste them, but feel how, yeah, they're soft. Because I don't want to overcook them either in the oven. Yeah, they're nice and soft. It'd be really pretty if I had some red peppers to go in here, but I don't. Okay, so this is a plan. This is a plan, Stan. Okay. Gonna get make sure we got everything ready to rock and roll here. And we do. Everything out. And let's go ahead and put this in the middle. See how easy that is? And do what you know, put mushrooms in it, put anything you want in here. This is just ground turkey, onions, and peppers. And then we're going to top it with cheese. And then we're going to fold it over. And then we're going to put it in the oven. And then you have dinner and boom, no time. And while it's in the oven, get your sour cream, your salsa. If you have pico de gallo, get that out. And you have a meal for your family. Or you can even have just a salad. You know, put a salad in here. I mean, not in those. Don't put the salad in our dinner, but on the side. It didn't come out right, did it? There we go. I thought mushrooms would taste good in this. But then you are getting away from the Tex-Mex flavors. And let me make sure that's turned off. I don't need that to burn up on me. Get it out of the way so you can see what I'm doing here. Can you see that okay? There you go. Let's get it up here. So, I'm going to start folding it in. See how that goes? You're just wrapping it over. Whoops, better wrap it right, huh? There we go. There we go. See? Wrap it in there. That's why you need the larger shells. The larger taco shells. See, like that? And that's why I needed that extra one to seal the top like that. See? I want to get those edges in here because I don't want those to burn while they're sticking out in the oven. There we go. How's that? Just tuck them under. Because you know when something's hanging out and it goes in the oven, it's going to crisp up. You don't want that. So I'm going to take my sunflower and olive oil. I'm going to lightly grease this. Don't put too much oil on it because, you know, you run the risk of it coming out a little bit too oily and greasy tasting, and you don't want that either. This is if these were low carb shells, this would be a good low carb meal or a keto friendly meal, but it's not, and they're not. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Oh my God, we forgot the cheese. Ah! Why didn't somebody tell me? You can't have a taco without cheese. Put that cheese in there. Much as you want. And this cheese is that taco blend. Most of it, anyway. And the other is some cheddar that I had that I just went ahead and shredded. And that's it. Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot that. Sorry. Okay, fold it up again. Of course, it's not going to want to fold again, is it? There we go. It's going. There we go. Tuck the sides back in. There we go. Oh, scared me. I'm not a professional cook. I've just done it for so many years. Okay. And we're good. And we got saved. Okay. Now, don't forget your lid. Upside down. You're going to foil the back. You don't have to foil it. It just, you know, helps with the mess. And you're going to put this on top. Press it down pretty good because you want it to seal. And then it's going to go into a 400-degree oven for approximately 20-25 minutes. Check it. You know, all ovens are different. And this can brown quicker. Just depending on how much oil you put on it, or you don't put any at all on it like me. So, let's get this in the oven. I don't need that. It's not even hot. Here we go. Turn the light on. Alexa, set timer for 25 minutes. Alexa, cancel timer. Alexa, set timer for 20 minutes. I always try to set my timer. If it calls for 25 minutes, 25 minutes, I always try to set it 5 minutes sooner. Because if I forget and I don't check it in time, then I run the risk of it either burning or just not being right. That way I can check it as it's getting done. So when that comes out of the oven, I'll have you come back. In the meantime, fix yourself a margarita and sit back and we'll have dinner. Come on, Andy. All righty. It's beautiful. I love it. Look at this, guys. If I don't burn myself, I just took it out of the oven. Isn't that gorgeous? Now, when I saw this being made and cut, you can cut this any way that your little heart desires. You can do squares. You can do triangles. I guess it all depends on how you want to serve it. It's either a dinner to where you're going to get larger pieces, or if you're going to serve it along with hors d'oeuvres or like a side dish, you can cut it in smaller squares, which I'm going to do because chances are Sam will just nibble at the corners of this and that's it. I'll be the one eating it. And there's quite a bit here, as you can see. Can you imagine a whole, big pan full? I can't. But this is going to be enough. I'm going to freeze it. Won't hurt. I've never froze it before, but I'll give it a try. So let's go ahead and cut it. Oh, listen to that. Can you hear that? Oh man, that's beautiful. Oh, I hope this tastes good. It should. I mean, it's just a huge burrito, right? Cut the ends off. Oh, look at the cheese in there, bubbling. Don't burn yourself, because I just did. Hey, Rosie, what are you doing? And one thing I noticed right off the bat is the wetness of the onions. So I think based on what I know about food and leftovers and things of that nature, I would probably, let me get in here. Let me make sure before I open my big mouth. Hold on a minute. I would probably let that cook down to where it's absolutely dry. Oh, it's falling apart. Let me get the sour cream out of the way. Oh, it smells awesome. Look at that. I think I should have let it cool a little bit more too. There we go. Oh yeah, it's crispy. Look, it's crispy. So I think if I let it cool, it's just like any casserole. You can't cut into it right after, me being a dingbat. You can't cut into it right after you take it out of the oven. But let me get this out of the way, and we're going to taste this. It is hot. And I've got my salsa and my sour cream. Served it like this. Now, these little spoons that you see me using all the time, you can get those on Amazon, and they actually come in a plate. Let me show you the plates. Now, why I got those, because I always swore I would never use paper plates, have these ideals, paper plates or plastic. These are made out of wheat. They're not plastic, they're biodegradable. But because I have lost the use of my right arm almost entirely, I can move it like this. I can't pick it up and, do things with it. And I have lost a lot of the workability of this arm. I drop things a lot. I invested in a lot of plastic and wheat related items, and these are wheat, made from wheat, which I'm glad about because I don't want to, damage the earth any more than it's already damaged. So, let me get a fork. Enough me talking. And let's see what this tastes like. Oh. And nice and crispy. Yeah, if I just let that sit 5 minutes before I cut it, it wouldn't have ran. It's awesome. Yeah, this is good. Now, the restaurant here in our little community, when I go there, I haven't been there a long time because I don't go out that much, but I always get their quesadilla. It's an appetizer plate, and what it is an 8-inch round cut in quarters, and you get the salsa and the sour cream. And all it is a cheese quesadilla with chicken in it. So I would always get that. And I'd eat half of it, salmon nibble on it, and I'd bring the rest home or whatever. For years it was, $5, $6. The last few times I got it, it was $14. I almost, how can you pay $14 for a tortilla 8 inches round, filled with cheese and a sprinkling of chicken? I don't get it, but okay. I can make all that we made. Now that pack of tortillas cost $3 something. Yeah, they're in the Mission brand. $3 something. The ground turkey was $3 something. That's $6. Let's throw in $1 or $2 for the onions and peppers. That's $8, and that's going to feed 6 people. Enough said. So, with that, I'm just going to say thank you for visiting with me today and putting up with my jibber jabber. And until the next recipe, I'll see you then. Bye bye now. Okay, Andy, come on, honey. Well, okay. Another recipe in the books or in the video. You gotta excuse me. I'm a little bit. I've been up early this morning and going all day. I'm really getting a little ragged right now. If you wrap it in a tortilla, I'll eat it. I love Tex-Mex. I love refried beans. I love all of it. I love the ground beef, the chicken, the pico de gallo, salsa, cream cheese. I could live off of it. However, not my husband. Whenever I fix anything like this, he takes it apart. I just don't understand that. Why would anybody take a beautiful burrito apart? But that's life. He even eats corn on the cob. Instead of taking it and eating it like this, he eats it. He takes a knife and shaves it off with the cob. Now, there's something wrong with that story. But I do want to tell you a story. I talked to my dear friend Gerd Nystrom, who many of people that know me know that she illustrates my books. Alexa, cancel timer. Excuse me, timer is going off. And she lives in Norway. She's a well-known wildlife artist over there. She's just a wonderful all-around person. What do you want, Andy? Because here, Andy's down here again. She got COVID back in December. Very sick with it. Ended up going to the hospital. And everybody, she's got COVID. It's really bad. And we were all feeling so bad that, she's so sick. So this is the 24th of December. So they take an x-ray. And they find that she has a spot on her lung. And it's cancer. Not large, but I'm going to make a long story short because there's a point I want to tell you about this. It's a good ending. And I know I just talked to her. She's tired right now, but let me get into this. So she went through her treatments, her medications. I mean, right away, they jumped on this. They put her through the regimen, everything. So she's had a go of it. But she recently went back and had her follow-up as far as, where are we now with this? And the spot is just pretty much gone. It's just a small scar tissue there. So I mean, there's something good came out of getting COVID. Is what I'm trying to say. We never know. We just never know what's going to happen after the fact. We don't know why we go through situations and think that it couldn't get any worse when it can get worse. But actually, what you thought was a worst case scenario was the best thing that ever happened to you. If she had not got the COVID virus, she wouldn't have been taken to the hospital. She wouldn't have had her x-ray, and they would not have found the cancer in time. They did. So the only thing that she's dealing with at this moment is from the treatments to rid her body of the cancer. It affects our immune systems. She developed lung infection, throat infection, and she's dealing with that with antibiotics, and they're treating her for that, which they expected something to happen anyway. But she's doing great. She's just resting now. I told her take her medicine, get her rest, because she wants to get back to her artwork and so on and so forth. But I wanted to share that with you because I think that we just need to look past what we think is the worst case scenario. Same with me. With all of us, everybody has a backstory. Everybody deals with something. So never look at your friends or your neighbors or a stranger and judge them just based on their actions or what they look like, because you never know what they're going through. So with that being said, I just want to thank you for visiting with me today and helping me along my life's journey with this YouTube channel and sharing what little I can share. And I hope you try this recipe. It's a wonderful little recipe. And I think that anybody you serve it to is going to love it. Make it yours. And just be kind to each other. Take care of yourself, your family, and your loved ones. And always check on your neighbors, because you never know what goes on behind those closed doors. Thanks, guys.